Hi there, it's Wendy Smith here from Wendy Smith NLP Coaching. I'm here today to talk about the tool used by manipulators for emotional and mental control, known as divide and conquer. So, I'm going to outline here exactly how that works and help you to become clear and maybe help you to notice it happening in your own life or in social circles or also in your workplace, just to help you to, guard yourself, I guess, against falling prey to those types of manipulations, tools, mind games that are played by those people, which are designed to undermine you and to get you under a position of control where they can start to diminish your self-esteem, have you turned against people, and more towards them to build trust and just gain that ultimate connection that allows them to distort things that you previously believed as true. Now, this can happen in many different ways. It can be that ultimately they'll start trying to plant a suggestion that somebody doesn't like them. It might be that they start telling you that somebody else has said something against them. Could be in your friend group, could be in your family group, could be in the workplace, as I say. It could be even out on a social event or something like that. It's designed to make you feel really uncomfortable, which then leads you to ultimately, as I say, build that trust and that connection with them. And it could be that they'll say that they've heard something from somebody else that the person they're trying to distance you from has allegedly said. Now, this could be playing out because, generally in their mind, they have an element of paranoia going on. It could be that, they've taken something the wrong way. It could be that they're extremely sensitive to things. It could be their own viewpoints, perceptions coming into play. But ultimately, with the types of people that are seeking to gain control over another person, it is as part of a game plan and a structure to get an outcome that they're seeking. So they will use things like your fears, your insecurities. If you're looking for a relationship with that person, it could be that they'll give you an impression that ultimately you'll end up living together, or they'll fund your lifestyle, or they want to provide for you and they want to make you feel so safe and secure. And again, if they know your fears, your insecurities, they will ultimately trigger those fears, but then they will seem to bring a solution that suits you and your goal, but ultimately it's for their goal, okay? And their goal will be to separate you, and they could even draw you into their own circle that will reinforce their messages that they're trying to give you. So they know that the more often you hear it, you're going to start believing it, sadly enough. And if they say things regularly, they know that ultimately that's gradually going to have an effect on chipping away at your confidence in those other people, your trust in those other people. They will use anything possible. They will tell you anything to gain this distancing between you or separation, and ultimately break relationships that you have with people around you that are looking out for you, are in your best interest, because ultimately it's not in their best interest to have you surrounded by people that will be seeing through them, that will see this playing out. And once they get you alone and away from that person, they will begin telling you things that the other person is not acting in your best interest. So therefore we can see that there's going to be a literal transference of the position in your life and in your mind and in your heart towards those people. And they are genuinely seeking to undermine the stability of how you view those people, because once they know that as these people start to see them for who they are and exactly what is their ultimate intention for you, they know that these people will actually be expressing this to you. So they're going to then have to work on putting your mind back in the direction that they need you to have your mind in the direction of. So they will tell you that that person has got something against them. They're trying to split up the friendship, partner, working relationship, whatever it is that they're trying to destroy in order to have you completely where they want you, to take advantage of you, to have you, literally, if we say it, under the thumb, and thinking in their ways and doing everything that they want you to do. Ultimate control is their chosen destination for you, and they will do whatever it takes to get you in that position where you're alone and you are just under their nasty, nasty, nasty ways to actually, change your own perception of yourself, to destroy and have you feeling very alone, relying on them ultimately. So the less you're around your people and from your friendships and from your family, they will suck you into their life, their lifestyle, and around their people that they've ultimately probably manipulated to also believe the best in this person. And they will be getting these people to come and talk to you and say, well, actually, yes, he's a good person. So you're then going to start confusing what is real. And that's ultimately what they want. They want you confused. They want you unsure. They want you to doubt things. And this is, part of the process. And it is just a drip. But they do know that the more often they say these things, it's a gradual process, because if they go straight in and split you up from these people, you're probably going to be onto it pretty quick. So the whole idea is to feed it to you gradually increase your exposure to that anti-perspective towards those people around you, and more towards these other people that are validating them as a genuine person, got your best interest, cares for you. They're going to use all those people to their advantage to actually create their ultimate goal of separating you from those people, to come into their circle and on their side and believing them, and all that stuff. So I do work with a lot of clients that are learning to overcome and recognize these things for their future life. So they may have actually already been under the influence of this type of behavior. It could have been in childhood, could have been in a previous relationship. So if this sounds like you, this is a pattern that we want you to learn how to recognize. And I do guide my clients through these processes in day-to-day life. They can come to me at any time and say, look, I'm not entirely sure about this. We spoke about this last week. Can you just confirm? My clients do also have that access as long, alongside their regular appointments for coaching, building their self-esteem back up, helping to undo past conditionings of thinking patterns that will have been automatically running after a period of time around these people and under that powerful influence. So we work to also decondition those patterns. So also look on the broader perspective. If you're seeing these things where you're starting to think, hold on, something's not quite right here, you can always get in touch with me as well, and I will just confirm or say no. And I do offer short appointments where people can get